Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake helping you create something awesome today with the one and only Jade Darmawangsa.
Thanks for having me, Roberto. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, thank you. So make sure you're checking out Jade's channel, become part of the Dharma Nation, like and subscribe.
Thank you.
So in today's video, we're going to have a little friendly debate. Jade's going to be playing devil's advocate here. We're going to talk about whether you need to find a niche to be successful on YouTube. Jade did an amazing video. I'm going to link it up in the info card over here, and she has some opinions.
Well, let me just start. I am a huge advocate for your content, and I know you talk a lot about finding a niche, which I know this would be a sensitive topic. So here's my stance. I believe a lot of people find a niche because they want to find their category so YouTube's algorithm will promote them, and that makes sense, and that's facts. But what I really realize is picking a niche too early on in the beginning will absolutely crush you. And that's why I made an entire video called Why Picking a Niche is a Bad Advice, because so many people pick a niche and then they become, a little bit scared to keep going with it because they don't know if it's the right one, right? Like, how do you pick the right niche? And I'm just like, dude, don't pick a niche, just make everything you want. So that's why I'm almost thinking, like, if anyone, at least now, gives advice to starting creator, keep in mind starting, like, I'm almost like, that's just kind of it's the wrong direction, I believe, and that's my stance. What do you think?
So I think that I think it comes down to what's your goal, right? Because if you want to grow, we know that niching down works. Sonny Laranduzzi has the phrase niche down to blow up. And we know that it's a proven quote unquote thing, but I don't disagree with you in the fact that it limits your creativity. That's absolutely true. But I'd like it if more content creators in the early days of their YouTube channel didn't give a crap about growth at all.
I know.
In the first year. But here's the reality. So many creators do. They desperately want to quit their day job. They want to make extra money. They want to grow on YouTube. And you and I both know that if you make stuff and you make it for you kind of make it for an audience of one. What are the odds that anybody's going to care when you're competing with so much on the platform?
I disagree, because when you make content for you, and here's the real thought, so many people, and I'm at fault for this, they look at their competition, like what is the trendy, what's working really, really well, and it's almost hurting them because now what we're doing is we're regurgitating the same information, we're just copycatting. So I almost think if you're authentic to yourself, you would be actually more successful. You've seen creators like Emma Chamberlain, I have a friend named Haley, like they were just kids playing on their camera, and we all know that we want to watch creators that are authentic. Like, why would we watch someone who picked a niche and became, like a formulaic version of themselves?
It's funny though, you say that. It's like Emma Chamberlain, Joanna Cedia, Janelle Alinea are all anomalies. They're all unicorns.
Right.
They also are interesting and charismatic, and they have an X factor, and we all know them for something.
Right.
And I don't think that most people starting out know what they're good at or even have that confidence. I think the confidence is a big factor in those creators' success, and I think being your authentic self is hard. It's hard whether you're a kid, it's hard whether you're an adult. I don't think most people start out with their authentic self. I know I struggled with that because I had no on-camera confidence. My sucky first videos reflect that. Go watch them. My videos were crap because I only could talk about things that I was smart at because I didn't have any confidence, and I think a lot of people identify with that.
Okay, so this is where it goes into my next debate, which is okay, say you're someone who's okay, Jade, I resonate with Roberto's argument, so I understand, and I'm speaking to this person, but let's be real here. I don't know if I can say it. If you're not confident, if you can't even create a story, or you just started, why do you want to pick a niche? I would work on your basic skills. In short, if you don't have talent, why do you why would you pick a niche? They're trying to, again, shortcut and mask the underlying truth that you need to work on basic skills first, right? That's why I'm thinking a niche doesn't solve the confidence issue. It's you got to work on your basic skills and repetition and consistency. That will make you confident, not just picking a title, right?
I don't disagree with you in the sense that, look, I'm the guy who says make 100 videos, make 100 videos. And the thing is, I don't feel that initially in many ways I picked a niche so much as I focused on something that I knew I was good at. Primary example, my content used to focus on Photoshop and graphic design and video editing and software tutorials. Why? because I had done that since I was a kid, and so I knew it by the back of my hand, and I was passionate about it. But I don't think a lot of people know all the time what they're good at, but they do know what they are interested in.
Right.
And what you're interested in can give you a focus. And so that's why I think is kind of like the reason that niches can be good. I don't disagree with you that they can also be bad, and it doesn't make up for a lack of talent. And the people that you mentioned, to be very real with you, the reason that I think they blew up, and they blew up so fast, is because I just honestly believe they're more talented than a lot of people.
Facts. And I guess what I really want to also hop on, I think we're coming to like a middle ground, is like, no one really gives this advice, first of all, which is I think why we wanted to make this video.
Yeah.
Like a niche sometimes isn't for everyone. If you're an iconoclast person, like sometimes advice, like finding a niche will limit you. And I want to ask you this question actually, because I don't think too many people ask you this. Like, and this might be too personal, but like, do you feel like you've created a solid niche in the marketing and digital space? Do you ever feel like personally limited that you can't go create that film or like that, I don't know, like whatever you want to make maybe won't do as well? Does that ever make you feel like limited as a creative? Because I know at heart you are actually an artist, right?
Yes. I made an interesting choice in the fact that when I did decide to, it's interesting that you feel my channel has a niche, because I actually feel in a weird way it doesn't, or I might be creating one.
But you don't have a niche?
But here's the thing. But I suffer the consequences of that in the fact that since my videos go from topic to topic to topic with no continuity, the algorithm does actually hit my content in a negative way. It's why a lot of content creators that I give advice is actually, in many cases, the opposite of some of what I've done, because I have a different situation. I don't rely on YouTube for a living, and therefore I can take less views. I don't try to do a lot of brand deals, and when I do, I position more as a speaker or someone who has an email list, so I financially am maybe in a position of privilege that I don't think a small YouTuber or an aspiring career content creator is, because I'm a business guy. So the thing is, I can get a smaller, more specific, affluent audience, and I can do things that I can do with business integrity and like at least be focused.
But like on a weird level, right?
Yeah.
Like Roberto the business guy, sure. But that in itself is still a niche. Like, do you ever feel, I don't know, this might just be me.
No.
But like, do you ever feel like Roberto just the creative like voice narrator? Like, why not? Like, do you ever feel like...
That's what like collabing with my friends is for, in a way. And then the thing is to address some of the things I do feel limited on, like interviews and doing stuff like that. That's why I did another channel. That's why I made my podcast. That's where I do the deep dives. And then I like in my Instagram, I get to show another side of myself and be very much more focused on personal development. And so I found that other platforms let me express myself in a way that might have an advantage in that platform. I was talking to you earlier about a lot of entertainment people that I think TikTok could be huge for them, but I see them struggling to just get a few more subscribers in YouTube, and they've got like 250,000 followers in TikTok, and I'm like, man, if you could just focus on this, you could become known for this thing in TikTok that you do, and later when you hit 1 million in TikTok, and it wouldn't take you that long, you can pivot and start get tens of thousands of those people to follow you on YouTube, and you could blow up. Like, I think that finding something to focus in on sometimes can just help us.
Yeah, I guess that's focus. I think niche is another word for focus, right?
It can be.
And a lot of people are focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So know who you are, be self-aware. And I think that's my thing. Like, I'm almost saying, don't pick a niche, which is quote unquote meaning don't focus on what's not right for you, and focus on your strengths. Like you said, TikTok. I actually am making a video about how to grow on TikTok, because I just started randomly. Dude, TikTok, you should try it. Have you tried it?
I'm looking at it, like I know so many people that are crushing it right now.
500,000 views, 30-second video. I don't know how I did that. I was like random, but
being funny, like in real life, you are very funny. Like you talked about like limiting like stuff. Like no, you've been a riot like here the entire time. Like, but
I'm making a ruckus.
But the limiting thing, like there's another part of this that I think is important sometimes is I think that people should experiment. I think that people their first year should go for broke and not worry about any of the analytics or any of the algorithm, but I know they won't do that.
I like what you said, just ignore the first year. It's such hard advice.
But they won't take a loss on it. Like
you literally won't. And also like after the first year, then focus. That's my 2 cents. Like,
I agree. And the thing is, you can always, again, if you don't want, some people don't want those things out there after a while because then they've grown or they've done something.
Really?
Like some people keep their journey up.
Okay.
But I've known other people that they feel those videos aren't on brand for them.
That's my thing. It's like you're a human, guys. Like you are not your brand. Like show it, and there's nothing wrong with deleting because I have a lot of people who are kind of like a kind of character online, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I've felt personally limited by it.
they private it for the brand deal sometimes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I understand. But yeah, I mean, I think we came to like a nice roundabout and review. What are like 3 takeaways instead of thinking pick a niche? What are ways we can maybe rephrase it?
First I'd like your 3 on that, and then I'll come up with something different, like on the fly. But I do really appreciate the conversation because again, I think that people feel very conflicted about this, and I do too in the advice that I give. That's why I give one-on-one advice because like it's not
everyone's
for everybody.
different.
Yeah.
I would say if you're someone who's asking me or Roberto like, what's the right niche? Actually listen to your gut, your instinct. I know that's really weird. Not even Roberto can give you advice on what's right for you. Listen to your instinct. You know what's going to be right for you, and you know what's going to be right to focus on. Too many people are looking around for the right answer, and you know yourself the best. And I only have one more advice, which is if you want to rephrase this, pick a niche just means focus. So focus on the right platform. Are you funny? Are you talented? What can you work on? And I believe that will be way more successful than just selecting a category that will make you blow up.
Nice. No, I like it. So something that I would say to you guys about this is that I think that like focus and discipline is important. I have a background in like being an athlete, track and field. And you know, my coach told me, Roberto, you're trying to do track and you're trying to do soccer. You're an okay soccer player. You're like a B- and everything like that, but you can be an A+ talent if you focused all of your energy on track and field and on your long distance events. And he was absolutely right. And I owe so much of who I am as a successful person to my coach, Mike Lawrence, who gave me so much structure and discipline and support, was really there for me and made me realize this life lesson that, you know, if I do things that I'm like only so-so at or mediocre at because I wanted to do things that my friends were doing. I wanted to do things because I thought that it might be more popular to play soccer than to be track and field. And I became a all-county champion in track and field. I would have never been able to go the distance if I had stuck to soccer.
Flex.
So yeah, that's a little flex. But the thing is, there's so many of you who, because you want to copy somebody that you admire, you look up to, or you want to go into a niche that you think is popular, or you may not be a 10% talent there or a 1% talent, you should figure out and take the time to try a lot of things and see what you really are good at, be honest with yourself, self-aware, and then go hard on the things that you're actually good at. And then, by the way, I would say the next thing, be willing to take the time to put in the work to become a 1% talent. My old videos suck. I had to make hundreds of videos to become halfway decent on camera, you guys.
I was just gonna say, so we just filmed a video for YouTube contributors. You guys should check it out on their channel. And Roberto did a one take, 30-second Q&A. And I was like
twice.
You are legend at speaking. And then I think you mentioned that, in the beginning you weren't. And a lot of people look up at your chapter 57, right? And they're you started somewhere, and I think that's so important. So don't ever get discouraged at someone's chapter 9, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we all start at 0, and I think one of the biggest things, one of the last takeaways I think we both want to give you guys is whether you're looking up to big YouTubers or people who blew up really quick, that's not your story, that's their story, and you're going to, again, chapter 12, you're skipping ahead on their story, and yours is just beginning. Respect your own story, respect your own journey, put in the work, and don't compare yourself to other people. Comparison is the theft of joy. And by the way, I challenge you to get out of the Casey Neistat copycat club and figure out your own thing. And by the way, it might take a while. I called them out.
We see you, Rob. Rob, we see you. Not you, Rob. Wait, not you. Sorry, I'm meaning another Rob in the comments.
And get out of your own head. Get out of your own head, Sander. I know. I'm going specific on this.
Okay.
Get out of your own head.
I see you.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much, Jade, for stopping by on the channel. But make sure you're checking out her channel. It's going to be in the info card, link down below. Jade, you're the special guest, so you get to ask the audience the question of the day.
Okay. My question for you guys is, what story do you want to tell? If there's one thing, not about your niche, not about the title you have or SEO, how do you want to make people feel? Think about that, marinate, and comment below so Roberto can read it.
Okay, I'm definitely going to reply to as many of them as I can. Let us know, what is the story you want to tell? What do you want to be known for? Leave that in the comments down below. Make sure you're checking out Jade Darmawangsa. Join the Dharma Nation today. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. As always, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today.
Today.
Take care.
Bye.